So the transfer window has been, up and down, twists and turns since it opened officially on the 10th of June. But before that, we've had a lot of in and out players moving. Erling Haaland joined Manchester City. Nemanja Matic reunited with his former boss, Jose Mourinho at Roma. Darwin Nunes joined Liverpool. Manchester United yet to sign a player. Arsenal, well, they signed an 18-year-old player from Sao Paulo, Marquinhos, who is said to have a bright future. Chelsea, for now, I think trying to getting busy with trying to offload Lukaku back to his boyhood club. Um, yeah, of course, he did say Chelsea was his boyhood club, and then when he got to his boyhood club and couldn't perform, he wanted to go back to his original boyhood club, which is Inter.
How could I do such a mistake?
So a lot of boyhood clubs for the guy these days. I don't understand. He seems to enjoy crawling back to his exes. I don't know what that is all about.
And so we don't have the capacity.
Chelsea trying to offload Lukaku. There's talk that they are interested in signing Gabriel Jesus from Manchester City, although the general rumor is that Gabriel Jesus wants to reunite with Mikel Arteta at Arsenal. So they are front runners to sign him, if all reports are to be believed. Of course, it's Arsenal. You don't ever expect anything until the very last minute. Arsenal are reputed with chasing players forever, only for another serious club to just come pay up the money and take the player away. I don't know why they do that, but I'm guessing that may not be the case under Mikel Arteta any longer. Although just Arsenal, I think it's just Arsenal way of doing things. They tend to be very slow. They tend to waste a lot of time when negotiating with players. And then suddenly another player comes along. Bissouma is said to be in advanced negotiations with Tottenham. Bissouma, of course, don't forget that he has a sexual assault case hanging over his head, but he has just a year left on his contract, and Brighton just want to, you know, offload him and cash out really. Good fit for Tottenham, adds a lot of steel to their defense. A decent passer of the ball. I wouldn't call him a top-notch passer like maybe Yuri Tillemans, but a decent passer of the ball and a very good tackler. So it's a good addition for Tottenham since they are going to be playing in the Champions League, and they will need a lot of strength, physicality. Bissouma adds that to them. Speaking of Yuri Tillemans, he's also linked to Arsenal. There are rumors that a bid has been put in, and it's just a formality now for him to join the Gunners. I would expect him to hit the ground running if he joins Arsenal. I think that Granit Xhaka is going to be the one who suffers for that. I think the technical levels that he provides, to Arsenal is just, a level above Granit Xhaka, I'm afraid. Granit Xhaka is technically sound, physically very dependable, a unit of a guy, very strong. And he's actually improved many aspects of his game since Ateta joined. But I think, that final ball, that's, cross on the half turn, that exquisite measured pass is something that, Yuri Tillemans can give to Arsenal. So I think Arsenal are looking good on those two fronts, Yuri Tillemans and Gabriel Jesus. And then, of course, there's Rafinha. There is the talk with Rafinha from Leeds United. Leeds United, of course, have already resigned that they are losing him. But they don't look like they can keep him. Barcelona, of course, were front runners, but it looks like they don't have the money, don't have the funds to complete the deal. I mean, you wouldn't blame them. They are struggling to pay their security guards these days. So I won't be surprised. Tottenham also are also set to be eyeing him. Arsenal are set to be eyeing him as well. To be interesting to see how that plays out. Personally, I would like him to join Arsenal, of course. As you all know, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'd like him to join Arsenal to give some competition to Bukayo Saka on the right side. He can also play on the left, which is, a good thing. One thing I've noticed is that Ateta seems to be going for players who are capable of playing either in different positions or capable of playing with both feet. And it's something that it adds a lot of fluidity, and dynamism to the way it sets up. So I think that's a good thing. Tottenham have signed Perisic. They've signed Foster in goal. I don't know what the strategy is. They seem to be getting older. The average age of the squad, has gone up further because of the signings of Perisic and Foster. But well, Bissouma is 25, so not exactly young, but entering into his peak. So they are balanced. I think they are balanced. They may need to sign one or two exciting players who are younger, though, to make the squad feel a little lighter in terms of age and all that. Bayern Munich have agreed with Mane. Of course, I told you guys that earlier in previous episodes. Barcelona suddenly have hijacked Koundé's deal from Chelsea. It looks like Barcelona are front runners to sign him. Although I'm interested in knowing how they intend to pay £55 million for Koundé. Perhaps they will offer £5 million and they'll spread £55 million over the next 100 years. Maybe they'll add one or two bags of pasta. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that is going to play out. If you are €1 billion in the hole, it's interesting to see how you're going to spend £55 million or €55 million thereabouts.
Lower your expectations, man. You're not a decent club anymore.
They'll probably start doing that by selling Frankie de Jong to Manchester United. Because Frankie de Jong doesn't look like he's interested in joining Manchester United. I think the last interview he was giving, he said he was okay at Barcelona. You can't blame him really. If you are pocketing 250 to 300 grand a week at Barcelona, why would you want to leave? It's a good contract. You want to walk away from that and take a pay cut elsewhere. Manchester United might be able to pay that to him per week, but I think the upheaval is just something that players do not like. Considering that we're in a World Cup here, and most footballers do not want to change clubs to a place where they are not certain that they will get regular playing time. I do wonder though if Arsenal manage to sign Rafinha, what happens? The dynamic there. Of course, that would mean Saka will not play. Bukayo Saka will not get to play every single game. And the thing is, usually the World Cup usually happens in June. So there are usually like 50 to 60 games to play. So if you get to play a lot of games, between 50 to 60 games in a season, if you can play 35, 40 games, I mean, you are in for a shout to get a call up, especially if you are a regular already in your national team. But what we're going to be seeing is they are going to be national team coaches are likely going to be depending on playing time between this just concluded Nations League and the league that commences in August. I don't even think they'll be factoring in the Nations League because we're going to be having at least 2 to 3 weeks of preseason before the league kicks off in August. So I think many national team coaches will be looking at the game time that is available between August and November, which is pretty much 4 to 5 months really. So there will be there's going to be a lot of drama there because there are just going to be about 20 to 25 games to play before the World Cup. So it will be interesting to see how many of these club coaches intend to do that. If Arsenal, for example, sign Rafinha and he needs to play regularly so that he can make the World Cup squad, Saka obviously is an England international, a regular England international. He would also want to make the World Cup squad. So they both play on the right wing. Martinelli too is a regular international. On the left wing, he also wants to make the World Cup squad. So it's interesting to see how they use. There are Europa League games, of course. There are FA Cup games and all that. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out really. I do hope that many of the national team coaches are more considerate considering that it's a World Cup here happening in the middle of the season. So you'll not necessarily be able to judge using just 20, 25 games to make your selections. It will be very difficult. Okay, so the Premier League fixtures, have been released and Arsenal are starting the league, opening the league for the second season in a row, playing away to Crystal Palace. If the last two games between them are anything to go by, Arsenal are in for a very tough time.
Continue. I love it.
Remember, they lost 3-0 at Selhurst Park last season. They drew 2-2 at the Emirates earlier in the season, last season. So, Crystal Palace are a different animal under Patrick Vieira. They are very strong, they are very fast, and they seem to be more confident. They brought some young players in. Gallagher was outstanding from them last season. I think Chelsea are taking him back. He was on loan from Chelsea. I think Chelsea are taking him back, so they will have to find a replacement for him. Olis, Eberechi Eze, Otton Edward, Wilfred Zaha, Mateta, they've all been impressive. So I think Arsenal are going to be in for a rough ride if they do not strengthen. Of course, I mentioned earlier that they are front runners to sign Yuri Tillemans and Gabriel Jesus, and they are in for Rafinha. So, you get to think that if they manage to sign those three players and players like Thomas Partey, Kieran Tierney, are fit and they are ready to play on the opening day, I think, they will give Crystal Palace a very tough time.
Just lower your expectations, man.
But Arsenal lost 3-0 to Crystal Palace. I think Thomas Partey got injured in that match. Kieran Tierney was unavailable. And Lacazette was just shocking. That's water under the bridge now. Lacazette is no longer Arsenal's problem. It's Leon's tribulations to handle now. So, so glad that has happened.
Money.
The opening games are actually they are usually a very strong pointer to how many teams, are going to look, for the rest of the season, at least for the first 6 months before the window opens in January, of course. Those games are very important. In Manchester United at home to Brighton.
Breakfast.
Eric Ten Hag will be tested. Chelsea will visit Everton. Arsenal going, of course, to Crystal Palace. Manchester City are hosting West Ham United, if I'm correct. Nottingham Forest are going to get their welcome to the Premier League by visiting the richest team in the Premier League at the moment, if not the richest team in the world, in Europe at the moment, Newcastle. Of course, if Newcastle should manage to sign all their targets, Nottingham Forest are not going to enjoy themselves very much. But this is the Premier League, bro. Anything can happen. Your players can get injured. The opposing team can surprise you. The referees can decide they want to be the star of the show, and the weather too can mess you up. It's just the Premier League. All manner of things happen. It's why we love the league, right?
How could I do such a mistake?
The Italian league too, I think, are going to be starting in early August. The German league as well. We expect Bayern Munich, of course, to beat everyone. AC Milan, well, they are back in the Champions League, so they need to strengthen their squad. I heard they are in for Nicolas Pepe. They are eyeing him. I heard Napoli too are trying to sign him as well. We'll see how that develops. Inter Milan, of course, they were stripped of their championship title by AC Milan, so they want to get it back. And who knows? There are rumors that they're about to sign Dybala on free, and of course, Lukaku is joining, his boyhood club back. So let's see how that happens.
Rise and shine and give all His glory. Praise the living God.
I think the banter will be wild though if Lukaku comes back and they still don't win the league, because he will get trolled by both Inter and Chelsea fans. It's something I really like.
I want problems.
It's like you leaving your girlfriend to go and meet your ex, only to get dumped by your ex, and you come back to your original girlfriend, and then you meet your girlfriend, and you get dumped by her again. Or your stuff just doesn't work out.
Breakfast.
It sounds like you enjoy being in an abusive relationship, but I don't know.
How could I do such a mistake?
It's the Objective Football Banter Show, so I'm bringing you guys more news as it unfolds. Do not forget again, please, to share our page and get people. And if you haven't subscribed to our page yet, please subscribe to our page, like, share, and of course comment. Your comments are highly appreciated. See you guys. This is the next episode of the Objective Football Banter Show. I'm your host T3WWZY. Peace out.